Basically, they're the constituents of proteins.
Had my MOTS-C and SS-31 injections this morning, so I'm taking both of them.
It's created in the mitochondria. It does go outside the.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I'm naturopathic Dr. Fiona Chin, and I'm joined again today by the wonderful MD, Morgan Camp. Morgan is an integrative doctor, and he's been practicing for well over 2 decades. And Dr. Camp, welcome again. Thank you again for sharing your wisdom and your time with our viewers. It's always greatly appreciated. Can you just describe to people what peptides are and why you and I are so passionate about them?
Yeah, peptides are basically chains of amino acids, and some are shorter and some are longer. And they will have different effects depending on the size and the type that they are. Yeah, so so basically they're the constituents of proteins. So peptides make up proteins.
Good. I think let's get straight into them. I've had my MOTS-C and SS-31 injections this morning, so I'm taking both of them. So these are 2 peptides that I am very au fait with as well. So it's great. What is MOTS-C and why are we so interested in it in things like kidney disease and diabetes?
Right. So MOTS-C is a mitochondrial derived peptide. Meaning it's created in the mitochondria. It does go outside the mitochondria and works on other cells. That's in contrast to SS-31, which we'll talk about in a minute, which only works inside the mitochondria. MOTS-C, why is it important for diabetes and kidney disease around diabetes? Because one of its main mechanisms of action is through activating for all the molecular scientists, biochemists out there, AMPK pathway. We won't dive in that too much. But basically when that pathway is activated, you get more increased energy production, improved glucose uptake, and most importantly, enhanced insulin sensitivity, which means less insulin resistance, which potentially means less risk of diabetes and or reversal of pre-diabetes or reversal of high glucose states. Yeah, how can it help in kidney disease? So one important.
And what have you seen?
Yeah, so I think the most important aspect around kidney disease or for MOTS-C would be its role in in lowering insulin resistance and raising insulin sensitivity. So I would think that those with diabetic kidney disease and or complications of diabetes directly would be the most who would benefit from MOTS-C for their kidney disease. And again, because MOTS-C, just to reiterate, because repetition is good for remembering, MOTS-C improves insulin sensitivity. So that's what it does. SS-31 doesn't do that. So it improves insulin sensitivity and likely lowers weight also. So we know in rats, when you give rats what they call a high fat diet, which isn't like a keto diet, it's more like a junk food diet. So let's just say you give rats a junk food diet and you give them MOTS-C and you compare them to rats eating a normal diet. Hopefully that's not a health, we call it a healthy diet. Rats stay the same weight despite these other rats gorging on junk food all the time. So it seems to block the weight gain of eating bad food. As I said earlier, MOTS-C has some anti-inflammatory effects, which likely lowers inflammation, which likely protects against kidney disease and kidney damage. As I said earlier, similar to SS-31, MOTS-C will protect against some oxidative stress, and that oxidative stress is what leads to mitochondrial dysfunction, apoptosis, poor autophagy, leading to kidney disease and fibrosis of the kidneys. So that's like a central pathway that is improving or likely improved with the MOTS-C. And it according to the research, it likely has direct anti-fibrotic effects as well. I'm not sure exactly how that works or the mechanism. But it seems like sometimes MOTS-C will help break down just scar tissue and fibrosis in other areas of the body.
Could that be potential? I know I read somewhere, I think they're wondering whether it has a slight senolytic effect. That is debatable, but they were wondering whether there was that mechanism there. So maybe that's, and the anti-inflammatory, maybe.
Right. Yeah, I read that as well, but no real confirmation or studies to prove it, but I'm sure they're working on that as we speak.
Thank you. I really appreciate your time and wisdom as always. If you want to find out more about what we do, head to www.kidneycoach.com. Make sure you hit subscribe. That way you'll get notified anytime we do new videos. And Dr. Camp is always very generous with his time. So I know we've got a couple of great podcasts coming up in the next few weeks. And make sure you head over to our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Kidney Coach. All right. Thank you so much for being part of our community. We look forward to seeing you next time. And again, Dr. Camp, thank you always for your time.